As you are aware, Cameroon has declared victory over the Amazonian people. They have done so again in the state of when the colonial general Valerie Inca visited border areas. Also, the grim statistics from CDC in terms of Amazonian loss of the economic sabotage strategy, which you've noted from 500 million in 2017 to a whopping $18 billion in profit. Is your strategy working?
Yes, I have frozen on the camera. Yes, the strategy is working. We are going to find some optical changes that might seem to um, be interpreted as affecting the strategy. And sometimes there will be shifts in emphasis. The victories that affected in our forces, their entrenched nature, how well armed they have become, the areas they control, and most importantly, their ability at this stage to work together. We lost some grounds, which I had explained before, and we need to work extremely very hard. And Amazonians need to refocus on their liberation plan, not on the excitement and the politics. I know we are very much interested in politics. Politics doesn't liberate. We must be focused on the hard work, what is required from each and every one of us as a patriot in the face of the existential threat that we face from Cameroon, to be able to regain in a strategic way, our liberation focus. But our plan is working. We are working extremely very hard on a daily basis to make sure that the limitations created deliberately by Amazonians in their pivot towards politics and liberation is fixed.
What are the contributing factors that led to the rehabilitation and now the profit racking of Cameroon of CDC?
I don't want to. I have dealt with some of the contributing factors before. Standing is, uh, is predicated on making profit, and once you make occupation less profitable and you increase the cost of the occupation, the occupier loses appetite in prosecuting the policy of occupation. And so our strategy at the onset was to target the profit-making institutions, economic institutions, and to cripple the economy was to make sure that we demonstrate our ability to control the socioeconomic and political life within Amazonia. Um, we have listened to a lot of report. Contributing factors has been one of them has been tribalism, where forces that were fighting in this area who had settled, whose parents had settled in these areas, especially within the Fakou-Meme axis, were taunted as settlers by supposed Amazonian leaders. For them, it was a strategy to take control of these areas. And they undermine our control, undermine our ability in this area. We also know that one of the contributing factors in corruption. These big parastatals, they make a lot of money. And so when you institute a strategy that undermines productivity, they are bound to use corruption as a tool to maintain productivity. To reject such overtures of huge financial benefit requires a high sense of nationalism and patriotism above self. And I think some persons fall into that trap. And so they basically undermine our strategy in this area. It's minimal. It's not, it hasn't reversed, because one of the things we also wanted to achieve was to make sure that these institutions that Cameroon used to accumulate massive wealth do not also present themselves as collateral for projecting Cameroon's credit rating. And I think we have reduced productivity within CDC. Even though there has been an uptick, it has still not reached the minimum level of production prior to commencement of our resistance.
I think right now, you're also talking as a politician. We would like you to be as honest and frank with the Amazonian people as possible. You're very cautious with your words. You don't like to point fingers, and therefore we solve problems when we don't even know where those problems are coming from.
No, I know one of the things I try to avoid is to bait Amazonians. Amazonians enjoy gossip. They enjoy what they call chaos because it gives everyone an opportunity to make an opinion. And I think 5 years into this war, we know the culprits. It doesn't require wordings from my mouth. What Amazonians require from me is a solution. Amazonians don't need me to be responsible for this we've had. What Amazonians want to hear from me, what am I doing to be able to find a solution to this? I cannot repeat myself time and again, finding excuses as a leader. That stops with me. And I'm going to provide solution to the reversal of our fortunes. The culprits are there.